Hello, everyone, again. So, as you can tell by the lack of login reward, I have, well, it's the same day. I don't know where I was going with I have, but it's the same day as the first episode. So, I'm going to mess with my settings a bit, because for some reason I decided not to do that off camera. But, you know, I did say I wouldn't do anything off camera. So, there. I believe there should, no, maybe it's, I don't mess with my settings often. Could be in here. It's not in gameplay, is it? It is, okay. And audio, I'm just gonna make everything a little bit quieter, because it can be a loud game at times. And that just, oh, that's better. Now. Actually, you know, more messing with settings for me, because apparently I have the greatest ideas and do all of my settings on camera. But again, I said I would, so that's fair, I suppose. And I was just getting a thing ready there. Well, no, I don't want to be colorblind. That's, no. It's the default. And the rest are, ooh. Ah, I can't even check it out. Oh, I can. That's nothing in the background. Again, nothing is in the background there. Yeah, I can't check. I can't see that. Why does that exist but nothing else? I don't know. But that exists, so there. I kind of like the legacy sounds, so. I didn't say that, did I? Okay, you don't need to say it. Wait. Ooh, that does sound cool. Nah, I'm gonna just stick with Vitruvian. You guys can mess with your sounds if you want. But, nope, yeah, into here. Now, do I, there we go. I only have one mission I can do out of this whole galaxy so far. So, well, I can't buy anything from him anyway. No, I don't want to do public. So I'm just gonna go solo, because I don't have any friends.
The segment you need is in a nearby data vault.
I love how
Infiltrate the
there's,
vault and
at
retrieve
least
the
almost
segment.
always, I'm not sure if there's always one. Always, you know, the actually instant, so you can see where that came from.
Through, I see the shadows of your mind.
All of the rewards and credits. Stuff!
This data vault is equipped with a variety of security measures. How you defeat those measures is up to you.
Ah, that was an awful shot. And yet, it still took. Okay. Stuff! As I'm sure every new player begins the game with stealth. Because stealth is awesome until you realize that there's no reason to slow yourself down for it.
The target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data.
Okay, I'll do this the normal way. And I'm sure that was, some warning. So, all spy vaults have a few different entrances. So, each time I do this, I'll do a different entrance. But for now, I'm doing this one because I'm sure it's the one people will probably find the earliest. Well, there we go. It's a little bit dark. Shh, nobody heard that.
Data extracted. They won't even know it's gone.
And now just,
The
well,
segment
actually,
is
no,
yours.
I'll just do that
Head to
because
extraction.
there's always a secret way out. Well, secret
As every
being
moment
a
passes,
door that
the
opens.
Ascaris burrows deeper,
Hey, no dodging.
revealing you.
Oh yeah. Just ta-da. Yeah, with bows you can either charge them up all the way for them to fly the farthest and do the most damage, or you can just like do less damage and fall off much sooner, so I don't recommend it. Unless you know you're gonna one-shot them and you can hit them. Well, unlike that, because that didn't. I'm not used to using bow and arrow. That was my excuse. Too thick. That is one thing. With certain weapons, specifically arrows, and with some mods, which modding... Oh my... he can live. Mods in this game are different than mods that you may think of. Because in this, the mods are actually built in. But you'll see, like that. That's a mod that I just picked up. It's Vulcaneer. Some mods and certain weapons allow you to shoot through enemies and walls. So you can shoot an enemy, the bullet or arrow will go through that enemy and hit the enemy behind them. And since this is an early mission, it gives you a bunch of mods to begin with. Although those cracks means it's flawed. So you can't upgrade it as much as you would normally, nor does it do as much as it normally would. It's just, they're bad. So only use mod. Once you get a non-flawed version,
has recovered a segment.
just get rid of the flawed version. There's no reason to keep it.
Its installation.
Can we not? Ah, I can't even mod yet.
Get communications online. I must analyze what Vors Ascaris is doing to your Warframe. This technology is beyond the Grineer. It must be Corpus in origin.
So what that says is that the Grineer are the people we've been fighting, and that their technology is primitive. Which, it's strange, because this definitely looks like Grineer. They all have different styles. And that there's another faction called the Corpus, and that are much higher tech.
Systems engaging.
And we have the market. Now,
Ordis is
this is
grateful.
where most new players decide, okay, I don't like this game. Because it introduces you
The
to
operator
here,
is now
and
connected with
everything
other
you
terminal
click on... Okay,
Market
sorry. Don't click on that.
scumbags. Contact arms dealers.
Is either mastery locked, or it requires platinum.
Excellent idea,
You start with
Ordis.
platinum,
Tenno,
50
we
of
need
it.
to make
It is the
contact with
premium
corpus
currency
defector
that you can
sympathetic
pay
to the
money
Tenno
to get.
cause.
Don't
They will,
leave,
of course,
okay?
require
Don't leave yet.
compensation.
It's
You see
fine,
what this is
because you
referring to,
can get
operator?
platinum in game later,
In this
and
case,
it
compensation
costs.
will not be credits. It will be freedom.
Well,
I've
it's
updated
difficult.
navigation. You will need
don't
to
worry.
break him out of a
No.
Grenier gulag.
Before you freak out, which you've probably already begun freaking out, and this is just a color palette which you can use to upgrade weapons and warframes and stuff. There are blueprints. That's what you want to be buying. So Phantasma, it's mastery rank locked, but, and you'll see that it requires platinum. The blueprint you can see down there, you can buy with credits, and that's how you can make the weapon. So just make sure blueprints is checked, and there's categories. You can click on warframes or, go into more depth. I'm not going to do this now because I want to get everything I have to max level first. The codex is just don't worry about quest right now. I mean, it's meh. Well, I guess I should. Yeah. I'll let you read that, but I'm sure you've read it by now. So just pause it if you want to read. Okay, this is where you can get information on basically anything. Warframes. Warframes are basically the classes if you're new to Warframe. This is every single class in the game that you can change basically at will once you unlock them. It's a lot. It's like 30 something. This is every single weapon in the game from A to Z. I know you're not getting a good look, but just trust me, it's a lot. It's like multiple hundreds. It's hundreds of weapons. Again, melee, primary, secondary, but you could probably all tell that. This is the factions. I'm not going to go in here, okay, because spoilers-ish, not really, but meh. You have to do a thing to be able to unlock the information on enemies, but when you do, it will tell you what damage types they're weak to. They might give a bit of lore. The Warframe section has a lot of lore in it, but I won't get into that right now. I'll do that after this. And I'm sorry if I talk over the Lotus and Ordis. I'll try to stop when I'll try to stop when it's quest stuff and story related. It's just habit. Most of the stuff they say doesn't matter, so I've just begun to assume that nothing they say matters, even though their story. So
The arms dealer is named Darbo. He's being held in the prison block on the other side of this factory complex.
okay. Yeah. I'll try to be quiet, like I said, but
How
it's
many Grenier slaves died to build this place? Darbo was out for himself, but he is sympathetic toward the Tenno. The Grenier must have found out.
The Ascaris is working, breaking through. I see the shadows of your mind.
Don't let Vor distract you. Focus on the mission. It's our only hope of figuring out this link with him.
I am an awful shot, clearly. I'm I'm used to using a shotgun. I'm sorry. But, yeah. So apparently Darvo is someone who, like she said, is helpful of herself, but is sympathetic towards the Tenno, which is what we are. And this suit we're wearing is called a Warframe. Hence the name of the game, Warframe. But our race is Tenno, and apparently being sympathetic towards us is bad by the Grenier standards. Could be why they tried capturing us. If I act like I have no idea what's going on, that's an act. I promise, I know what's going on. Oh, except I didn't know he was behind that. No longer a rookie. Hey, there we go. You shooting me? Oh. Yeah. Most of the lore in this game is hidden
This is the prison
in
block.
dialogue.
If you can avoid detection by the warden, it may be easier to get Darvo out. Bypass the security so we can enter.
Which I guess isn't really hidden per se, but most of the lore's in dialogue or by reading the Warframe entries in that thing I told you about, the what's it called? Ooh, here's a... So, again, rescues have multiple ways in. This one, you know, should I? No. I'm just gonna do the quick way. Which is this. Or the Codex, that's what it's called. Jeez.
Search these cells for
Codex.
Darvo.
Reading
He
it.
has to be here somewhere.
You can find a lot of lore by reading the Codex entries on Warframes, and even some weapons.
I owe you for this dinner. I will get my entourage to meet us in orbit once we're clear of this mess.
Extraction is ready. Remember, your success here depends on getting Darvo out of there, alive.
So we have to protect him, hence the health and shields in the left. I could give him my secondary weapon, but I'm not, because if I do, I'm
The
pretty sure
Lotus
I don't
must be
get affinity.
desperate to send you fetching greedy fools from the corpus.
Let me aside, Antino. I'll cover you. Which end does the hurting come out?
Nope, yep, he's definitely not getting that.
I can't.
Darvo. Was that 3 kills? I won't complain. Uh-oh.
Now the Ascaris has burrowed deep enough to give me influence. Shall we see how your shields work?
The Ascaris is letting Vor control your shield. We must figure out how to remove it. Avoid taking damage while I try and block him.
I can avoid taking damage. That's easy. Yeah, affinity is basically this game's XP. It is what the XP is called. So. And I managed to finish without taking any damage. Perfect. Well, since he got to my ships, I'm sure I took damage, but yes, I did. So yeah, this is just, again, your rewards, mod rewards, your stats. Also, the reason I have my name is Real JLA Blue is because this is my alternate account. Because I've played the game before. And apparently it wouldn't accept JLA Blue 2, so Real JLA Blue.
I see the operator can enable the mod segment
Yes,
now.
finally.
Ordis will be delighted to show you how to upgrade your arsenal. May I recommend fire?
Fire's good. Not for a toxin, but fire's good.
Operator, I've linked the mod segment to your arsenal now. No need to thank me.
Upgrade your Warframe now.
Go to the arsenal to see the weapon upgrade options you have.
So I'm just gonna upgrade.
An
All
excellent
my stuff.
find, operator. There are hundreds of these mods to locate. If my calculations are correct, there are exactly a lot of possibilities. Install the mod before we can continue.
So you'll see, we don't need to worry about these now, but this little ARG symbol in the corner matches these and these. If you put this number takes away from that number. If you put it in the right one, it takes up half. If you put it in the wrong one, it takes up, well, usually it's double, but maybe that's a lie. And that's not even a good mod to put on here. So, there. And I'm gonna put stretch.
Thanks for helping me out back there. I'm in your debt, and I often pay my debts. I recognize that device. It's a parasitic restraint. We Corpus use something similar to keep our robotics in line. So, to settle my debt, I give you a very expensive blueprint. For free. Because I like you. And well, a lot of my customers don't live long with these grenade dogs chewing up the system. Here, use your foundry to build a countermeasure device from this blueprint. Good luck.
So,
Vora's Ascaris is burrowing into your Warframe. I'm worried it will affect your mind. I can't lose you, Tenno. We must restore the ship's foundry immediately. A nearby ore extraction colony will have the foundry technology you need. I am certain they will share it with you. Its location has been added to your navigation console.
okay. So, Darvo has other customers. Makes sense, he is a merchant after all. That are being killed by the Grenier. Again, I probably won't explain everything that's happening. I'll let others figure it out. You guys figure it out. But, yeah. I say but yeah a lot. I'm sorry. Don't mind me. So there are, for the 4 different a lot of different stats. There's energy, which it takes to use my abilities, like the shooting lightning. Health, which is, health that doesn't regenerate. Shield, which is basically health that does regenerate. Sprint speed, which is obvious. Duration is how long my abilities last. which efficiency is how cheap they are. Range is how far they go, and strength is damage. You know, they have. And let's see, I think, yeah. So because of the upgrades I have, this does more damage and has a longer range. This goes farther. Speed multiplier is based on strength, so this is stronger, hence I go faster. And the reload speed is quicker because of, you know, the strength increasing how strong this is. So it's not always damage and stuff. That you could take creative liberties. Then each Warframe has a passive. You've probably seen this one building up while I'm running in missions. And that number kind of just adds extra damage, which is great. You can view what the stats would be without mods. My mods aren't doing a whole lot right now, but, you know, they're doing something. I'm going to just keep modding stuff. Serration is a great mod if you have a non-flawed one. And I can actually fit both these on because they fit the polarities. That's what those symbols are called, polarities. Most weapons have 3 different damage stats. There's impact, which is puncture, and slash. I'm sure you can figure out what they do based on their names and symbols. Puncture is like the hardest one to get. Well, impact kind of breaks through shields. Puncture is good for piercing through armor, and slash is really good for just cutting right through flesh. Then these other stats, which are a little more, you know, simple. Except status, but we'll get to that later. And then Hornet Strike, increased damage. Expel Grineer is increased damage to Grineer, obviously based on, you know, its description. Now I can't actually fit either of these on here because I don't have, because they cost too much, and I don't have this, what, the Vazarin polarity. This is Matarai, Vazarin, Nariman, Zinuric, and Uneru. So I know that I didn't do a whole lot in this mission, but I think that's enough for now. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.